Last season, this game was played at Lynn Family Stadium. Memorable night. Tonight, it's Tampa Bay's time to shine and host. We're underway here, Eastern Conference Final. The boys in purple coming in with good traveling fan base here to support.
Well, 7 straight conference finals for this LouCity team. Boy, oh boy, their fans know how to travel and they know what it feels like to be on this big stage, both the fans and the players. Keys to the match tonight. Rowdies have to stay compact at the back. Brian Ownby, here he is right now on the ball, is going to try to pull wide and pull Aaron Guillen out of position. That back three has to stay snug and compact. Now Louisville City contain the wings. Seb Dalgard, Leo Fernandez, they are the two attacking threats and creative playmakers for the Rowdies. LouCity have to keep it tight and close down the wingers to compete in tonight's match.
Evan Laurel will place it down. Sebastian Dalgard getting the start tonight. Former Hartford Athletic, has had many outstanding moments as a member of the Rowdies. Al Lang Stadium, Drew Felios, Ryan Davis, and our phenomenal Tampa Bay Rowdies crew. Hit us up on Twitter throughout the night. Biggest game I've had a chance to be a part of here at Al Lang quite some time. A sellout crowd as Lewis Hilton trying to get it up the park. Wyke with a touch back to Hada. Sable was waiting for it, but the flag goes up.
I tell you what, when the nerves finally settle down, I think we're in store for a special treat tonight as we see Chris Hubbard, who's had a phenomenal season in between the pipes for LouCity this year. So too Evan Laurel. Chris Hubbard, of course, 8 clean sheets this year. Number 9 just last week.
For Louisville City FC, 7 straight conference finals. That is just incredible. The dynasty the visiting side has put on the field.
I mean, so often we talk about organizations and fan base and so on, and these two teams resemble each other, like they're looking at each other in the mirror. Both have such strong management and fan base that it sort of bleeds onto the field, and that's why success seems to follow them everywhere they go every year.
Win tonight for LouCity would be their 4th Eastern Conference crown. Sent out Tampa Bay, and now LouCity will toss it in. Oscar Jimenez.
Couple of matchups to look at tonight. You just mentioned Oscar Jimenez. He's going to go up against Leo Fernandez. And then we have Aaron Guillen is going to go up against Brian Ownby. Those are matchups to keep at all night long. Skillful wingers, Ownby and Leo Fernandez, on the same side of the pitch. And the defenders, Guillen and Jimenez, are going to have to stay up all night protecting.
Saul Neil Collins, head coach of the Rowdies, 17 years as a player in the pro ranks. What a job he has done trying to get Tampa Bay back to the Eastern, rather the USL Championship Final.
I tell you what, Drew, this LouCity team is going to have some extra vigor and fight tonight because they lost at home in Lynn Family Stadium in the Eastern Finals last year. They want to come to Al Lang Stadium and return the favor. So you know the emotions are high for the boys in purple.
Now it's Wyke hitting Ekra. On the other side, there's Danny Cruz. 3 years as an assistant for LouCity. Became the permanent head coach on October 11th. Was interim coach for most of this regular season. Leo Fernandez now sizing things up. And he taps it back to Wyke. Ball gets away though. Rowdies will keep, and there's Aaron Guillen getting airborne. Brian Ownby collides with him. Guillen goes down hard.
Well, referee Lucas Zapala makes no mistake here. Letting Brian Ownby know this is not going to be tolerated tonight, and he's going to keep it tight. Ownby here with the long touch. Here comes Aaron Guillen to clean up, and Ownby, yep, took every opportunity to lay the lumber on Aaron Guillen's shins.
So booked here in the 5th minute. That's a big play too, because he is so active on both sides of the pitch here for LouCity.
Yeah, Wombi is a live body and certainly one of the quickest players on the field. Now, talking about players that influence the game, number 4, Lewis Hilton. My pick for the MVP this season, is absolutely deadly on set pieces. This one's going to be an in-swinger.
Punched out by Chris Hubbard.
Great.
And it heads out of bounds. Well, you can download the new Rowdies app today, giving fans the digital tools to get in the game, packed with features like digital match guide, Rowdies content, tickets, and more. Available on both Apple and Android stores or by going to rowdiesoccer.com.
That app is so nice. I downloaded it twice, Drew. Just letting you know.
Go the other way with it.
Just want to go back to Chris Hubbard's save off the free kick. I mean, getting both hands to it. It was a tough corner to deal with. There he was, defenders facing their own goal. And for him to come out and get that sort of punch on it takes all the pressure off of his back line. Just brave goalkeeping.
18 players for LouCity on that team last year. They went down in defeat to the Rowdies. And Tampa Bay, good job of possession here. And the opening minutes just underway from downtown St. Pete.
I think this is important because, oh, what a great pass that was.
Now Tampa Bay with Dahlgaard. Sebastian Dahlgaard, long, rangy. And now Sharpie tries to clear it.
I think it's important for LouCity to start to get a hold of the ball. They are a possession-oriented team. They do not want to be chasing the Rowdy shadows all night. And so far, give the Rowdies credit. They're at home and trying to boss the ball and keep control of the game right now.
Leo Fernandez. Collision there. Called for the foul. There's Oscar Jimenez. 8 goals on the season for Leo. 4 assists to go with it. Another stellar campaign for the Brazilian. This one will sail over. Tampa Bay will play it. The anticipation of this matchup tonight, Ryan. Louisville City, Tampa Bay Rowdies, just incredible.
Yeah, just looking at Gonzalez on that left side there. Because Jordan Doherty is a defensive midfielder and he's starting for Jordan Scarlett tonight, immediately they went over the top to try and test Jordan Doherty and that position. The ball was hit too long, but certainly they've seen that Doherty is starting at right centre back and trying to pick on that position early in the game to see if they can get an early goal. LouCity, good thinking on their part.
Aaron Guillen now to throw it in as Fernandez goes down hard.
Well, Leo Fernandez trying to explain to the referee with the excess contact.
Now the Aaron Guillen throwing in. Fans watching tonight all over the country, all over the world, from Scotland, from Iceland, from England. It's incredible some of the response we've gotten. Rowdies fans represented.
The brand just goes well past these shores, Drew. And it's just amazing to see the USL Championship. I know I have friends in the Caribbean right now tuning in. This league is just going from strength to strength.
Here comes LouCity on the attack. Boris Lasso will take care of this one. Dahlgaard. Ball gets away from him just a bit. And collision there as he came back to try and save it. And there'll be a free kick coming up here for the visitors.
Well, I tell you what, this is dangerous territory. Because we have Sean Tosh, who's picked up a couple of goals, and where's Sharpie coming up from centre back? 2 goals already this season off of headers. And the set piece ability of Del Piccolo is something special.
Here it comes. and it goes in. Oh, the ball just kept carrying, and it gets by Evan Loro, and LouCity on the board here in the 10th minute.
Well, that was huge for the visitors to come in and capitalize on a set piece. Brian Ownby unmarked at the back post. Evan Loro wondering what's happening here. And guess what? It was a fake. They faked the in-swinger and did the outswinger instead, which caught the Leo Fernandez at the back line. He was out of position, and Brian Ownby making the most of it. Just a heads-up play from such an experienced squad. LouCity, no wonder they're back in the Eastern Final for the 7th consecutive year. Brilliant play, brilliant finish.
So a goal the visitors needed on the road. In an environment like this, 1-0 here in the Eastern Conference Final.
Well, if you're a visitor, LouCity is everything you wanted. Getting that early goal, just to let you guys know, Al Lang, Tampa Bay Rowdies scoring first, are 100% when scoring first in Al Lang. Now the fact that LouCity gets that early goal, they're going to put pressure on the home team. Now the boys in purple can sort of settle down and have the Rowdies chase the game for a little bit.
Well, Select's the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation, the official ball supplier of USL Championship and many elite leagues throughout Europe. For the latest Select products and offers, go to selectsportamerica.com. So Ownby on the board here early for LouCity.
And with all the weapons that LouCity have to pick up a goal on a set piece, just shows how all-round of a team they are.
Lewis Hilton plays it back to Guillen. Fernandez tries to keep it in, and the boys in purple will throw it in now.
Want to give a little shout out to my mother Drew, all the way from Kenner, New Orleans, and her husband Ray watching this game. Thanks for tuning in, guys. And let's see if this game can go to the wire.
Visitors sending an early statement to the Rowdies. Sharpie. And now that possession we're accustomed to seeing from Louisville City. Corbett Bone. Tejada comes over. He's got to be a disruptor here tonight. Lewis Hilton on top of it.
Well, I mentioned in a quick hit on Twitter that the game is going to be decided in the center circle tonight. And we're seeing Bone, Del Piccolo, starting to take control of the center circle.
Now Jan Ekra moving forward for Tampa Bay. Run broken up, and it's Jordan Doherty.
Despite the 4-1-4-1 formation from Louisville, they play very compact.
This is Dalgard cutting it back, now to the end line. And corner kick coming up for the Rowdies. Have a feeling, Ryan, coming to the park tonight, just have the feel this could be a 3, maybe 4 goal game. We'll see.
Well, I tell you what, with the Rowdies going down a goal and the firepower they have on the bench with Rocky and Kosana, Steven Dos Santos, those guys are going to have to come in and play a part if this scoreline is going to be adjusted.
Here it comes from Lewis Hilton, one of the best in the business at this. Tejada jockeying for position in there. Hilton will have one more service. Lasso elevating out to White. White trying to set it up. Had it poked away, just could not collect it in time.
Well, Forrest Lasso doing the right thing, trying to lay it off for Lawrence White. Just sort of lost the ball under his own feet. And sort of let Louisville out of jail for free there.
For White to kind of be thinking maybe one-timer right there.
Absolutely. One touch on the ball means purple shirts all around you, and Lawrence White just trying to get control of it when he should have just put his laces through it.
One goal on the board, courtesy of Brian Ownby. LouCity with a 1-0 lead. Jordan Doherty, key role for him tonight, Ryan.
Absolutely. I mean, he was a centre-back in Sheffield in England and for the Ireland youth team. But he's played defensive midfield for the last 2 years. As a clumsy tackle coming in from Sean Tosh, not allowing White to turn, but sort of sending a statement of what it's going to be like when getting the ball in the last third tonight.
Tampa Bay is Florida's most ways to play. Plan your next adventure at visitTampaBay.com. That's visitTampaBay.com. If you're watching the Rowdies for the very first time tonight with such high stakes on the line, we welcome you to Rowdies Soccer. Great opportunity for Tampa Bay to punch their ticket to the final, in which they would host. But they trail by a goal here. Seba trying to get to it. Hubbard, keeper for LouCity, beats him there.
What a great idea that was. Leo Fernandez pulling wide, getting some space, and all he needs is just a little bit of daylight. And that connection with Seba Guenzati, a little bit of eye contact, beautiful ball over the top. And again, Hubbard so quick off of his line, he read it perfectly.
Two big wins for Tampa Bay coming into tonight. 6-2 against FC Tulsa in round one of the postseason. And then 1-0 over Birmingham last week. And for LouCity, they had to go through Miami and Charlotte to get to this point. Both 1-0 victories. So
yeah, and they've played some battle-tested team. That Charlotte game last week went down right to the wire. Great penalty by Cameron Lancaster. And a deserved penalty as well. I think the referee got it right. And LouCity quite rightly back in their natural position in Eastern Conference Finals.
Randy Rosarina. I believe that's Brett Phillips right next to him. Former Seminole High School baseball prodigy and now Tampa Bay Ray. Just a great guy. And of course, owner of the motto, baseball is fun. You know, soccer is fun too.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey Drew, just looking at this LouCity defensive posture here, really pushing up high, and they're pushing up their back line really high as well, shortening the field and allowing the Rowdies to try and go over the top, almost daring them to go over the top and beat them with that ball. And Sean Tosh and Sharpie just marshalling that defensive line perfectly right now. Great ball.
Now it's Lancaster setting it wide. LouCity getting numbers forward. Tapped out by the Rowdies, and another throw in here coming up.
Just a peach of a ball. I mean, it was not splitting, but the fact that Gómez could have gotten that ball to the feet of Lancaster, there he is. And what a talent he is. Going to La Liga, Real Sociedad after this season. He is next level, Drew Felios, and special to watch. Jonathan Gómez.
Just 18 years old. Oozing with talent. Ball movement crisp and on point so far from the visitors. Lasso will watch it go awry, and now Evan Laura will place it for a goal kick. Forrest Lasso, last season's USL Defensive Player of the Year, and making a good case for that once again here in 2021.
Well, the lumberjack in the back is going to have his hands full tonight with Cameron Lancaster. And with Jordan Scarlett, his right-sided body, out tonight, he's going to have to stay very close to Jordan Doherty.
Lasso called for a hold there. His He had a couple fistful of jersey of Lancaster.
Yeah, they know his physicality is his strength, literally, in the game. And Cameron Lancaster, there's no way he's going to win that ball cleanly with Forrest Lasso on his back.
So this is now McCabe.
So remember last time that they beat the Rowdies just 10 minutes ago with that free kick. Same scenario here. The left footer is going to threaten to swing it in, and it's going to allow the back line to take a step back, and here comes the outswinger.
White gets a piece of it.
So a quick explanation: with the in-swinger coming in, the back line takes a step back, but with the outswinger coming in to step in, the back line is already a step away from the forwards, which allows the forwards to run into the pass. That's why they put two players over the ball for LouCity, just to have the back line take a step off.
Sharpie sends it forward. Jonathan Gómez. And now this is Gonzalez, the Spaniard, working. Santos. High risk, high reward for LouCity.
Yep, that high back line not giving the Rowdies, when the Rowdies do get possession, make me feel very, very short. And almost dare them to make that through pass every time. Beautiful from Lancaster.
Now Corbin Bone. His work rate tremendous. And that's going to be on Wyke as he came up, got a piece of Ownby.
Well, the LouCity fans and the players have every right to ask this question here. Brian Ownby was carded at the beginning of the game on a tackle on Aaron Guillen. And the boys in purple are thinking that Lawrence Wyke was just as late, but the difference here, Lawrence Wyke didn't touch him, but Brian Ownby had every right to ride that tackle and go down. Now here comes the scenario again. They're always going to put Oscar Jimenez over that ball, just so Forrest Lasso will second guess with the in-swinger coming in. There it is.
Here it comes. Good job by Lasso. Gonzalez now handles it. Comes in, Lasso again. Now he is really manning the box right now. Tejada. Juan Tejada, always a fan favorite here at Al Lang Stadium. Get this one forward. This is Del Piccolo. Oh, it's an own goal. Lasso comes up, taps it in. Loro can do nothing, and the Rowdies down 2 here in the 23rd.
Well, that man Del Piccolo playing that attacking midfield role, just roaming, gets to the byline and puts that ball right into the corridor of uncertainty. And Forrest Lasso is going to be dreaming about getting that one back. Evan Lowry right behind him. Lack of communication from the goalkeeper. And Lauro asking the players to settle down, try to get some rhythm going here. But at 2-0 down, what a deficit for the home team. And LouCity well on their way to try to get things back from what happened last season in Lynn Family Stadium.
So a start that has been the Rowdies' worst nightmare here in the 24th minute, but still plenty of soccer to play. That's the good news. And the Rowdies have tremendous firepower, keep in mind.
If you're the Rowdies right now, have to start getting that ball into Jan Ekker's feet. Yes, Seba Delgado and Leo Fernandez are your creative players, but the ball has to come inside every so often to make the defense shift, to make them guess. You can't get predictable offensively.
Well, Rowdy fans, Rowdy Coin is a new season-long flexible ticketing option designed to give you the opportunity to attend any matches through the 2021 season. Go to rowdysoccer.com to purchase your Rowdy Coin today. 2-0. Here 25 minutes in. Rowdy's on their heels right now. Gonzalez once again called for the offside. And the flow is just not there right now for the home side.
An absolute credit to LouCity, not allowing Lewis Hilton to get on that ball and have time to switch the ball left and right. They're getting right on top of Lawrence Wyke, Lewis Hilton and Jan Ekra, and giving Seba Gwenzati the green light to say, if you're going to beat us, you're going to do something that you don't normally do. And great scheme by Danny Cruz to play such a high back line and not give the Rowdies that freedom to play the ball around the park.
Well, 2021 season comes to a conclusion when the USL Championship Final takes center stage. Watch as a new champion is crowned. Sunday, November 28th, 8:30 Eastern, ESPN and ESPN Deportes, or listed on Sirius XM FC, channel 157. Rowdies are going to come back here. It's going to take a Herculean effort. Leo Fernandez with some pace. Dahlgaard. Corner kick.
Well, you just saw in one snapshot what Leo Fernandez and Seb Dahlgaard can do out wide. Leo Fernandez with a beautiful floated ball over the top. One-time ball being direct against his high back line. And Dahlgaard did the right thing, bring it right back across the face of the goal. Now, if you're the home team, boy, do you need something here. Forrest Lasso trying to get free right now.
Line drive from Hilton. Set right back out. Another Hilton drive. Lasso again involved. Wyke, little tap. Leo Fernandez. And there's a foul. And it was Ombi again. He's got to be careful.
Such a favorite of Leo Fernandez coming inside and not getting stuck. Look at the ball control. Turns with his thigh, and he's going to be in on goal. Brian Ombi beaten with the turn. Great call by the referee. Now, Lewis Hilton. It favors the right footer. Yes, Leo Fernandez is standing over the ball, but this has to be Lewis Hilton territory. And boy, does he need to get something on frame here to get this team going.
Just outside that 18-yard box. Hilton, Gwenzati, and Fernandez on top of it. Hilton drills it. Oh, great save. It was Hubbard who got a fist on it, diving to his left. And what an attempt by Lewis Hilton.
Well, it was so close to the 18-yard box. It's hard to get it up and over the wall. So Lewis Hilton drove the ball towards the keeper's side, thinking that Hubbard was going to cheat across. He did that, but great saving to recover by Chris Hubbard.
Sebastian Dahlgaard. This one sent out. It'll be another Rowdies corner. Here's one more look.
Well, here's Hilton going to the keeper's side. Hubbard came across, but great recovery by the man in orange. Look at that. Good strong punch. It was a nice height for him.
This ball sails a bit. Saba comes up, gets a head on it. Rowdies inside that 6-yard box. And this one will be cleared by Cameron Lancaster.
Well, good variation by Lewis Hilton, just floating it to the back post and waiting for the second ball, as they say, to head it back across the goal. And LouCity did a good job, stayed disciplined and held their markers.
Remember last season, Tampa Bay went up against Louisville at Lynn Family Stadium 2-0. Tonight, flip that script. That's where we're at.
Absolutely. Visitors completely turning the tables. Set piece goal, Brian Ombi. And then an own goal, Forrest Lasso.
Doherty up the park. Sebastian Dahlgaard. Dahlgaard draws a little extra attention. Eckler now will clear out.
This is where Lewis Hilton now has to be decisive. Yep, switch the play with pace. And let the Rowdies do its work.
Lawrence White, little flick. Tracking back, good reaction by Tosh.
The Rowdies are best when they switch the ball with pace. And the other team has to switch along with them. It frees up the middle like it did just now with Lawrence White and Seba Gwenzati.
Crowd a little quiet here in the 31st minute. First moment, they really had to kind of take a breath. Absolutely buzzing from the opening kick. But 2 Louisville goals, taking a little bit of the starch out of his home side.
It'll be interesting to see how long Coach Neil Collins keeps Steven Dos Santos on that bench now. Can't go direct to anybody right now other than Seba Gwenzati. Wantahara making tireless runs off of the ball, but to have that presence in the last third of the field, like a Dos Santos, just to play to his feet and let Jan Eckler run onto it, can be a difference maker in the second half.
Lasso elevating. Of course, Lasso throwing his body around. And now Fernandez, this one tipped out. Head over, check on the player.
Cameron Lancaster still trying to recover from that first Lasso contact.
Lancaster a little shaken up.
Here it is again. Well, you know, Lasso is not in the best of moods after that own goal.
Oh,
coming right over Cameron Lancaster.
Those two have gotten acquainted in the past. 2 tremendous players in USL Championship. Lancaster with 71 career goals, 4th best all time.
And that just shows brilliance. I mean, to do that season in, season out. I mean, Seba Gwenzati, another example. Since 2019, Seba Gwenzati is the most prolific scorer in the USL Championship with 51 goals in 3 years. We talk about these 2 assassins, just amazing to watch, Lancaster and Gwenzati.
LouCity coming off 3 straight clean sheets. See why that defense so compact, so disciplined.
Yep, and look how short the field is, look how high the back line is.
Not many openings to work with.
Nope. But the Rowdies are doing the right thing. You have to have patience. Still a lot of time left in the game.
Finally gets away.
And you talked about that lack of space. Jan Eckler had to thread that ball on a dime just to maneuver the ball 5 yards to Seb Dahlgaard. There's the hero from last week. And boy, does he have a job to do tonight to influence the middle.
Ball will belong to the Rowdies. I'd like to see Seba Gwenzati also get involved. He, no question, El Capitan, the Rowdies' ringleader. 22 goals on the season. Not really been a factor here thus far.
With a high back line like this, players like Jan Eckler and Wantahara are going to have to run from deep to beat that offside trap. And credit to Danny Cruz again, doing something, allowing the Rowdies to do something that they're not comfortable with. Taking their strengths out of their hands.
Tejada able to get it back for Tampa Bay. Eckler now holding things up. Rowdies will keep possession here. If you're just joining us, goal by Brian Ownby, and then an own goal. Forrest Lasso accidentally tips one in. That's where we're at right now, 2-0. Beautiful night, though. Great setting for championship soccer here at Al Lang Stadium. Drew Felios, Ryan Davis with you. Eastern Conference Final.
Interesting note, by the way, for the Rowdies. It's the first time that Juan Tejada has started back-to-back games this season. And what a time for that to happen in the Eastern Conference Final. Tejada has to find those legs and find that form. And Danny Cruz, like we just mentioned, is going to make him to be the difference maker.
Hernandez trying to fight through. Save him. Lasso with Guillen. And now here's Ownby. Guillen gets in front.
Well, you don't get on the USL Championship first team all year 2021 by fluke. And can Aaron Guillen, he is a thief. As soon as Brian Ownby traps that ball, sneaks right in between the player and the ball. And yet another steal / interception by Aaron Guillen.
Rowdies trying to stay patient. As this game goes along, that sense of urgency continues to build. 2 goals down.
So Lawrence White being very, very quiet. He is asking for space right now. And the ball is going from left to right. And the Rowdies players have to show composure here. Not get flustered. You can't get back a 2-0 lead with one pass. It has to be a slow and steady build-up. And then wait for the opening to happen. Credit to this LouCity team being very disciplined right now. And here's Jan Ekra pulling right out of the middle to that right-hand side. And so Lewis Hilton starting now to get a little bit anxious, sort of grabbing a little bit now. That pass, trying to get it to Leo Fernandez. So on his, in that direct path to create something, kicks it out of play. And another point goes to LouCity.
Lancaster, triple team. LouCity will keep it. Once again, trying to get into that final third. Extra touch there, Del Piccolo, the man who put it in place the last time. That own goal just kind of sticks in your mind, doesn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, just being a human being, that sort of error just really puts a damper on your attitude and your mentality. Forrest Lasso, and this man Del Piccolo just played a beautiful ball in. Forrest Lasso is going to have that in the back of his mind until they can get this scoreline back to just to a recognizable 2-1 or 2-2. But you just see the maturity and the experience of a LouCity team. They're just so composed. They're up 2-0, and usually in soccer, 2-0 is the most dangerous scoreline because it's just enough for you to take the pedal off of the gas and enough for the other team to put the pedal down to the metal, and that's when momentum swings. But you can see this LouCity team, how disciplined they are. They know exactly what their roles are and what they have to do to win this match. And they're executing to perfection.
Tejada working his way through traffic. Sebastian Daugard trying to get to that end line. Oh, right across the box. Sable is right there.
What a delivery by Seb Daugard. Knowing that there's no Steven Dos Santos in the lineup, and the cross came in like a shot, like a penalty kick almost, and it drove right across the box.
That's what Daugard does so well. When he delivers it, he delivers with authority every single time. Now it's Tejada. Tejada marked tightly by McCabe. Rowdies will have a corner kick here.
Another great delivery by Daugard in the Windsor corner. Here it is again. He just hits it with pace right across the 6-yard box. Hubbard right between the wickets. There it is. And Leo Fernandez just a yard off.
See that wind blowing at Lewis Hilton.
Yeah, it's going to have that ball held up. So Lewis Hilton has to drive this ball to the first post to make it effective. And he does just that.
Wind just kills that ball as it got to Tejada.
Well, it's the beauty and the beast of our land going against that wind, coming right off of the beautiful ocean.
Beautiful 72 degrees. And remember, Ryan, it is a bay, not an ocean. But of course, you live in Orlando, you wouldn't know.
All right, I concede.
Tough one so far for Tampa Bay. Starting to get some rhythm, though. Some early jitters. An own goal. And a Louisville City defense that has been on lockdown since the start. Daugard tries to help. Not so welcoming there. Yellow card here, given out. It's on Juan Tejada. Booked here in the 43rd.
Well, that's similar to Brian Ownby's yellow card. Juan Tejada is a hard worker defensively, like Brian Ownby. Tejada's defense, he did not see the player coming across. Looks like it was Niall McCabe.
Coach Collins a little frustrated here so far. Interesting to see, though, lots of options in the second half. You think about players like Deion Harris, Steven Dos Santos, Jordan Adebayo-Smith, and Lucky Mkosana, who has scored so many big-time goals, clutch moments for the Rowdies of the past. Rowdies trying to connect the dots here again, just not fluid.
I have to say it was brilliant by LouCity, not giving Lewis Hilton an inch to influence this game. Lewis Hilton, very much the orchestrator, playing from deep. And you can see as soon as they had a little passageway for him to collect that ball, they corralled him and stole the ball right off of his feet.
Hilton's been a marked man tonight.
Yeah, if you cut the supply, that's really going to cripple the Rowdies, and Lewis Hilton does provide that supply.
Jonathan Gómez to throw it in.
That's going to be offside. Let's see what the referee does. Oh, it's going to be a corner kick. My mistake.
On to Hada. The Rowdies will get in place here. One minute extra time here. 1 minute extra time.
Well, Niall McCabe setting up that first goal for Brian Ownby. No, sorry, it was the left footer. But McCabe's second on this team with crosses, can really deliver it with the best of them. The Irishman.
This ball's got some curl. Oh, dangerous ball. Rowdies again trying to clear. Hilton does just that. And here's Tejada. Look at the hustle. First half of play is through. Not much reason to cheer for the home side, but we are going to see 45 minutes plus of high voltage soccer unlike anything we have seen this entire year.
Well, here comes Steven Dos Santos. Juan Tejada did a great job defensively, trying to be a nuisance, but I think the presence up top needs to be there, and there it is, Dos Santos. They're trying to be direct to him already to keep this back line honest.
Gonzalez. Jorge Gonzalez trying to get to that end line. Oh, beautiful ball sent in. And just saved out. Loro maybe shaken up, though. Evan Loro got caught in the crosshairs there, and he is in some pain.
Yeah, it looks like he's really in some discomfort here. It was Lewis Hilton that came all the way back to try and help out Loro. Not sure if there was a collision there of any sort. But this is something that Neil Collins has to be holding his breath for.
Training staff comes out. Loro has played in every minute except one game this year when a Rosarena got the start. Right there, he stepped on the foot of Aaron Guillen as he came out.
Yeah. Again, when you put those passes right into that 6-yard box, it's almost a collision of bodies like Bill Piccolo's on the cause you on goal.
So, if you're Neil Collins, what do you do? Obviously, your keeper shaken up. He's in some pain. Do you go to the second option here?
No, that has definitely been a last resort. First, I mean, Evan Loro should not be able to walk if he's going to come out of that goal tonight.
Loro looks like he is running okay, so that's a good sign for the Rowdies.
Now, you look at the distribution by Loro there, trying to make something happen. The Rowdies cannot get caught with trying to make every pass be this sort of game-breaking pass. They can't get so anxious. They still have to get back to who you are and try to build up sensible plays. You're not going to get 2 goals back by 1 pass. This game was always going to be physical. It's a final. Nobody's going to budge. And so far, referee Sopala is doing a great job.
Sharpie. Jonathan Gómez. Tampa Bay comes up with the steal. Dos Santos slowing things down for the Rowdies. Sebastian Dahlgaard. Service comes in. It's tapped out by Chris Hubbard. Corner kick coming up.
Well, Seb Dahlgaard didn't mean for that to happen. Yes, he crossed, but didn't get around the ball as much as he wanted and got too much laces on it, and that took it right into Chris Hubbard territory. Now, no Jordan Scarlett, but Steven Dos Santos is in there now. Let's see if he makes a difference.
White tries to track it down. Comes out now to Aaron Guillen. Tampa Bay will have to build from the back. With Dos Santos in there now, does that change at all?
It really does. Now the Rowdies can go direct and almost bypass the midfield to get to him. He can then bring the ball down and start setting up the play there.
Let me finish my question. Does it change at all how Louisville City plays Lewis Hilton?
No, they're going to keep harassing Lewis Hilton and preventing him from controlling this game. But it is going to force the back line to just be a little bit more honest.
Offside called again. Manzati not able to shake free yet tonight. Download the new Rowdies app today, giving fans the digital tools to get in the game, packed with features like digital match guide, Rowdies content, tickets, and more. Available on both Apple and Android stores or by going to rowdiessoccer.com. Corner kick coming up for the boys in purple.
Brian Ownby, he lives out on that right-hand side, that right flank, drifts in and out of position at the 18-yard box, and allows this LouCity team its width. And then Cameron Lancaster has room to play with. When Brian Ownby gets on that ball on the right-hand side, he delivers crosses just about shin height, and it's so hard to guard. And here's in steps the eighth wonder of the world, Oscar Jimenez, can kick the ball with both feet.
This one is nice and high. Lasso greets it first. Tapped out. Del Piccolo trying to get to it.
Well, the veteran Del Piccolo not allowing Forrest Lasso any room to get possession of that ball.
Been real impressed so far. 36, Paulo Del Piccolo. He is a player.
Yeah, you know what? After a while, in that position that he's playing, there's so many little decisions that he makes that he's allowed to make. He's not stuck into one role. He can roam behind Lancaster. And that just is a veteran player.
Now Oscar Jimenez.
Very similar to Jan Ekra, by the way.
And swinger coming. Won't be against Dos Santos there. And Loro now will place it down. Rowdies looking for that goal that'll set this crowd on fire. Really get their juices flowing.
Now, as this ball switches across, Leo Fernandez has some room right here. Let's see what decision he makes. Goes backwards. He's going to have to become a little adventurous. Sort of sticking to the game plan now as the Rowdies use their natural wide formation to try and spread the field. There's the ball direct to Dos Santos that we talked about.
Dos Santos takes a shot to the back of the head, and he is shaken up. Here comes LouCity the other way. Rowdy scrambling to get back. Look out. Shot taken right there. That's a good job by Jordan Doherty.
It looks like Steven Dos Santos is asking the referee. This may be more serious than we think. Oh God, looks like his finger may be broken here. Oh, it's the left ring finger. Looks like the trainer may have put it back in place, look like.
Oh.
Here it is. I think it's when he fell. Nowhere near the ball, Sharpie, but it's like when he fell onto that ring finger. I think the trainer sort of stabbed it back in. Yep, they're just making sure everything's all set and they're good to go again.
That's what you call a trainer at work.
Yeah, that's right.
Invaluable to the staffs of these clubs. So Dos Santos back on now for Tampa Bay.
You know, you look at this LouCity team, I believe it's 3 clean sheets in a row now, and they're doing it with their defensive posture. Usually a very possession-oriented team with attacking players, but they're doing the business with their defense and their midfield group, and it's a bit of a different look that nobody really expected, and I think it's really put the teams in the playoffs like Charlotte and the Rowdies really on the back foot here.
Another yellow card handed out here. This one going to go to Gonzalez. Let's see.
But it's their forwards, Gonzalez, now Ownby. It just shows how much their forwards are involved defensively. No, that looks like Jonathan Gonzalez. Yep.
Yep.
I take that back. Sorry, Jonathan Gómez.
Gómez, yep. Hilton. Looking for Ekra. Tampa Bay now. Try and get organized here. Gómez in the book here in the 56th minute.
19 years old. Made the decision to play for Mexico U19.
Nice touch by Dos Santos. Right back to Seba. Going back door. Those are the types of connections, though, Rowdies need. Sort of make this defense move.
They're trying anything to get Dos Santos in the game often. Giving as many touches on the ball. Let this LouCity team defense react to him. And try to play off of him.
Well, you can turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source of soccer radio, and USL All Access with Mike Watson, Devin Kerr. Every Tuesday night, 7 Eastern Time. You can also hear live action from USL, MLS, Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM FC 157 and the Sirius XM app. Tampa Bay with Dos Santos. Here they come. Sebastian Daugard. Teeing one up. That was a missile, just a little bit high.
Well, you know he has that in his arsenal. We've seen a scud in that goal earlier this season, and as soon as Gómez backed off, he put his laces through the ball, and it just went over bar, and Chris Hubbard is getting his first warning for time wasting. Referee Lucas Zapala is not going to allow much room for players letting time run out.
Uphill climb here for the Rowdies. Half number 2. Tampa Bay wins. They host the championship next week. Quick throw in here to Wyke.
Look at how fast they get on Lawrence Wyke. As soon as he touched that ball, Jimenez and Ownby were right on top of him. No daylight. Couldn't even make a decision.
It's incredible how eerily similar this game is tonight than the one last year at Lynn Family Stadium. Just flip the script. Just
Yeah, the early goal won't be Zach Steinberger, and then the second goal came at just before the half. It was Guenzati.
Yep.
And it was Forrest Lasso this time with the one goal, but it's taken the crowd right out of it and has the home team sort of grasping at straws.
Dahlgaard's been effective. Most effective player offensively for the Rowdies tonight. Doherty gets it right back to him. Good decision. Trying to service one in, cross it in on the ground.
What a ball. Great effort by Gonzalez to try and get it to Lancaster, but the Lumberjack at the back not having it.
Rowdies attacking again. Ekra, there's a lot of open real estate there right in the middle.
Every time the ball goes out wide, usually either Leo Fernandez or Sepp Dalgaard or Connor Antley on the right-hand side will look for one of the players on the inside, like a Jan Ekra or a Seba Guenzati. There is no channel to bring the ball back in. They're being corralled and shepherded away from that area. So they have to just sort of cross the ball into the trees and hope that Dos Santos or Guenzati gets on it.
Visit Tampa Bay is Florida's most ways to play. Plan your next adventure at visitTampaBay.com. Rowdy's able to win it back. Dos Santos now to White. Lawrence White lays it. Leo Fernandez. Dos Santos steps back. Dahlgaard can't get the angle.
Well, what a ball by Leo Fernandez. Sepp Dalgaard made the decision to try to control it. Thought he would just sort of put his side foot on it and try to volley or half volley one time. Look at that ball. Just begging for a one-time shot. Dalgaard tries to bring it down. At that point, it's just purple shirts everywhere.
See Dos Santos getting the talking to, and how about a little electricity here? Dayon Harris, the youngster. The role players off the bench. Can they make something happen here late for the Rowdies to get on the board? Well, Harris has been electric this year.
Well, the versatile Lawrence White is going to go back into that right centre-back position. We've seen him play that position before this season, but Neil Collins not wasting any time at all. He has 30 minutes to get 2 goals back. Puts White, who's been largely ineffective in the game, at centre-back. And now has Dayon Harris at right wing-back. And now Sepp Dalgaard is going to step into the midfield.
Couple players go down. LouCity on the attack now. This one on the ground. Lasso takes no chances.
So it looks like Sepp Dalgaard is going to go to left midfield, while Leo Fernandez is going to come into the attacking midfield position alongside Jan Ekra.
Oscar Jimenez here. A lot on the plate to force Lasso tonight. Leo Fernandez, not much of a factor here thus far. '63rd minute. Ball curling. Laurel right there. Yes, it does look like the ankle is okay. Not much has gone right tonight for the Rowdies. But this is postseason soccer. You're on your home pitch, and you've still got a lot of your bullets ready to fly here. Good connection this time as Seba turns around. Dayon Harris plays it back to White.
This Louisville team is so compact. They do such a good job adjusting. Look how fast they get back over to Dayon Harris. Oh, beautiful from Leo Fernandez.
Dayon Harris. Oh, ball's just going to get by him.
You get a quick snippet about what Leo Fernandez can do in the middle of the park. Dayon Harris, it was his first touch of the ball. And it was a heavy touch.
Here's Deon Harris. Can't control it. Hilton does. Right back from Dos Santos, and Lewis Hilton skies it. It was tipped, though. Rowdies have a corner kick.
Well, sometimes the unorthodox works. Deon Harris could not control that ball, but his error allowed Lewis Hilton to step right in, and Lewis Hilton getting on his weaker left foot. Great technique. Good stop by Sean Tosh. Now, Dos Santos has to try to get on the end of this one here, or Forrest Lasso.
Quinzati on the ground. Ralph's mob, Skyway Casuals, Rowdies cheering section, alive and well, even down 2. Lasso tries to keep the play alive, and Fernandez can't get there before Hubbard does. These fans have brought everything tonight. You can see them. They're staying in it, trying to keep the Rowdies going. Just keep their team in this game.
Again, we talked about 2-0 scorelines. If the Rowdies get 1 goal back, it is going to be just chaos in Allang Stadium in the dying minutes to see if they can get that second goal.
Well, next Sunday, the USL Championship Final takes center stage. Watch as a new champion is crowned, 8:30 Eastern, ESPN Deportes, or listen on SiriusXM FC, channel 157. We're hoping our guys, Mike Watts, Devin Kerr, would come into our booth, this booth here at Al Lang next week. Right now, not looking that way. It's been all LouCity. Still, a lot of soccer to be had here. Deon Harris. Aaron Guillen. Rowdies starting to connect the dots here a little bit better, a little bit more fluid than in the first half. Wyke, a floater. Dos Santos right there. Dos Santos the shot. Hubbard in position. Starting to get some better looks.
And that's the presence Dos Santos can have. Direct pass to Dos Santos. Look at him. Pulls off one, chests past the other, and look at the volley technique. But Hubbard, right place, right time. Just good goalkeeping all around. Sort of a dangerous period here for LouCity. The attackers are doing a lot of work, just coming back and trying to block the channels, but eventually mistakes start to happen.
Shot story. Rowdies with 7. 5 for the visiting side. Dos Santos active since coming in. Did not play last week. Coming off the bench here this week. So evident. Now the Rowdies need him here down the stretch. Coming up on this one. Just a little bit wide. Quinzati. One-timer. Just missed.
El Capitan looking for goal 23. Look at this ball in by Leo Fernandez. Teasing ball. And here he comes. Great volley. Just couldn't get all of his laces on it. Just a little right on the right-hand side of his foot. And boy, does he want that one back.
Crowd ready to erupt when the Rowdies give them that reason to, that lone goal they've been looking for.
But that's the problem with LouCity giving up all of this possession. The green shirts start to really push them back into their own half, their own third, and there's nowhere to go. Very important now for this LouCity team to get some possession.
Leo Fernandez, so crafty with it. Covered by McCabe.
Well, great idea by Leo Fernandez, but this LouCity team is just too compact, too gelled.
Feel the Rowdies starting to wear on LouCity here just a bit. Jan Ekra, send it out. Here they come again. It's Dahlgaard. Dogard, little floater. Fernandez tried to get ahead on it. And Ekra this time is going to get called. He runs up the back of Lancaster.
Well, Del Piccolo coming off, the attacking midfielder. And Tyler Gibson, more of a defensive-minded midfielder, is going to come back there just to reassure things in front of that back line. So maybe Niall McCabe, no, it looks like Bone is going to push up a little higher. And Gibson's going to sit tight with Niall McCabe. And Gibson is one of those midfielders that can get a hold of that ball and retain some possession, a little bit like a Lewis Hilton. Because, boy, this LouCity team really is giving up a lot of possession and allowing the green and yellow shirts to get right on top of them. And that can spell disaster if one goes in.
Rowdies absolutely owning possession here in half number 2. Imposing their will. Have not been able to put together that finishing touch, though. Fernandez trying to run it down. Done that time, as Gibson will touch it for the first time. Now Lawrence White. Deon Harris. Real estate to work with. Gonzalez chasing him. Harris, here it comes. Cut down though, and clear.
Well, license to run, Deon Harris. Gonzalez, the left midfielder, left winger, has to come all the way back to pick him up. He knows number 9 has some tired legs now, and he just stops and starts and gets a little bit of separation to get the cross in.
This is Ekra, weaving his way through traffic. And there's a foul.
Uh-oh.
And it was Ombi close to him. If that's a yellow, he is done. Crowd wants it.
Referee Zapala has been right on top of it. Coach Collins wants it badly, but let's see this here. Here's Ekra, and Ownby just lashes out.
Oh.
He went for the ball, but was nowhere near it, and he's officially getting the last rites from the referee.
One more look.
Oof.
Oh, man. Look at it again. Bayfront Health replay shows Ownby. He should be done.
Well, all you want from a referee is consistency, and if he's going to get a yellow card for what he did in the first half, that really was a second yellow card, as Neil Collins quite rightly gets his yellow card for sort of going overboard.
Stuart Dobson comes over to try and calm coach down, but it's tough to stay calm in moments like this with the season on the line. A clear play that should have been the night for Ownby.
We're getting to the point where realistically the Rowdies have to try to get one goal here to get themselves some time to get the second, if there is to be a second or even a first.
74th minute, near desperation time here for Tampa Bay. Lewis Hilton again. Wyke just cannot get it on frame.
Again, great service from Lewis Hilton, right in that corridor of uncertainty. And Lawrence Wyke getting on the end of it.
And now Lancaster down for LouCity. Steven Dos Santos. Lots of respect between those guys. How many battles have they had in the past? Two USL championship greats. And now LouCity going to go to their bench. Alexi Swahi set to check in. Also, Nepo Matsoso also. And 21. That's Kyle Gregg. Big striker.
Well, with Lancaster going down with cramps, you could expect Gregg to maybe come in and continue that running up front. Then Matsoso is going to bring, well, it looks like Ombi's going to come off this sparing that second yellow card. And then Matsoso is a midfielder with a lot of energy who's going to try and show up that midfield, that center circle. Here's Lancaster's night. Didn't have much to do tonight, but his presence alone put pressure on Forrest Lasso. Now then, they themselves might use Kyle Gregg, that physical presence, that tall forward, to hit the ball directly to him and take the pressure off the midfield.
Rowdies coaching staff right now just beside themselves on the bench. And possession, Rowdies continue to dominate. Tough place to be in for Neil Collins and the Rowdies here. And closer to the finish line. Still not a goal to show for. Ball's hit. Lasso able to clear it. And Guenzati comes out of there. Dayon Harris now will go to work. Dos Santos. Contact with the keeper, Hubbard. And a yellow is going to be dished here to the Rowdies star.
I have to say, I agree with the referee completely. Dos Santos really committed to challenging Hubbard, but if he missed that ball and Hubbard got contact, he has to go in the referee's book. That is dangerous stuff on the keeper. And keepers are always protected in this game.
Frustrating night for the Rowdies here thus far. Is there any magic left in this 2021 season?
The thing is, if you want to bring Lucky on, there's nowhere to put him. You have Leo Fernandez, you have Seba Guenzati, you have Steven Dos Santos, and Jan Ekra. The only thing you can do is put Jan Ekra off and have Guenzati, have Leo Fernandez step into that role and then bring Lucky on for Ekra. But that would have to be the last roll of the dice.
'78th minute, Eastern Conference Final. Al Link Stadium, the place. Drew Felios, Ryan Davis, and our Rowdies crew. Final game we're going to bring you here this year. What a season it has been. Rowdies hoping to get one more shot. They can get by LouCity tonight. Not looking good right now as the visitors have come in here and they have played their brand of soccer.
You don't get to the Eastern Conference Championship 7 times in a row. And then you win the USL Championship on back-to-back occasions by fluke. This group of players, experienced, and whether they're young or not, they know exactly what their roles are, and they execute that. And they've done that to perfection tonight in Al Lang Stadium.
Dayon Harris, 1v1, trying to make something happen.
And if you're LouCity, and you look up at the starting lineup and you see no Steven Dos Santos, no Jordan Scarlett, and no Connor Antley, you have to be licking your lips, whether you're in Al Lang or in Lynn Family Stadium.
Here comes White. Harris working from that right side. Circle it back. See Lewis Hilton surrounded all night long. Ekra. Dahlgaard. Trying to get free. Little space now. Leo Fernandez with Ekra. Dahlgaard sending one in. Credit LouCity. They've been on top of those services all night long.
They're so compact that they're just almost waiting for that ball to come in.
Now it's White. Dos Santos posting up. Right side. Harris in place. Let it go. This one a little too high. Corner kick coming up for the Rowdies.
Well, Oscar Jimenez kind of wanted to turn around and ask if someone could have said something to him, but he did the right thing. Put the ball out of play, give your team a chance to reset. "10 minutes to go plus extra time, injury time rather."
Another substitute coming in for the Rowdies. And here he is. Dahlgaard heads to the bench, and lucky M. Kosana. His talents were ever needed. It is right here, right now. Curling in. Hubbard punches it out. Aaron Guillen. White services off a. You see number 9 right there. Jorge Gonzalez and White. They're going to exchange some pleasantries. Said, hey, he got me in a tough spot there. High stakes on the line.
Let's see who can get to this first post first. Dos Santos and Kosana.
Comes in. Dos Santos hits. Stays on the ground. M. Kosana shot it. Goal! Lucky! Lucky, lucky! Rowdies on the board in the 83rd.
Lawrence White gets the yellow card. But that's what happens when you allow a team to come right on top of you. Great service in. The ball is bubbling around. But guess who's there? The most potent super sub there is in the USL Championship. Lucky M. Kosana, the man from Zimbabwe. One shot is all it takes on his weaker left foot. His first touch of the ball, and it's in the back of the net. No chance for Hubbard. But they don't call him lucky for nothing.
All of a sudden, there's hope.
Well, with 7 minutes to go, plus at least 3 minutes injury time, the Rowdies have at least 10 minutes to get a second goal. And Al Lang is rocking right now.
White did get assessed the yellow. Rowdies now with new life. Lead for Louisville City cut in half. Rowdies have owned possession here in the second half, so you got to think they're going to get several more swings of the bat here the rest of the way. And Kosana, remember, he played for LouCity at one point, part of that trade that sent Antoine Hopino to LouCity and brought lucky M. Kosana here to Tampa Bay. That trade once again reminded of both sides.
One of the best trades I think ever happened in the USL Championship. Perfect for the Rowdies. They needed a finisher and they got lucky. Antoine Hopono fits this Louisville team. That crafty, skillful sort of supporting striker or left-right winger. And Hopono fills that spot for Louisville at that time. And he does so still. Just a brilliant trade by both teams.
Dos Santos. Here comes Tampa Bay. Taken down. No call. Referee right there.
Like Dos Santos can't believe it.
Absolutely brutal officiating. Lucas Spalla, shame on you.
Deon Harris has not had the cleanest of touches since he's come on. Here it is again. Here's Dos Santos. He's off to the races. Here's Jimenez. Gets a piece of the ball, but he tackles from behind. That is no longer allowed in soccer, whether you get the ball or not.
'86th minute. Dos Santos touching to Seba. Guenzati working his way. Lost it. Rowdies continue to regroup. Guillen.
Great ball by Guillen. Heads up play by Guillen.
Deon Harris. Here it comes. Sent in. That ball will head out. Seba once again involved. Rowdies will have a corner kick.
Well, the service is coming in fast and fiercely. Great ball by Deon Harris. It was sweetly struck. And there was Guenzati headed it right onto the back of the substitute. Looks like it was Alex Sohe.
Lewis Hilton again. Ball curling. Dos Santos was waiting on it. Guillen tried to one-time it. Rowdies can't get back. Ekra and Hubbard able to cover it. Tell you what, we've got to get our emotions in check here. I'm getting too involved. Man, it is on the line. Tense moments.
Best time of the year.
Set to check in Patrick McMahon for LouCity. And the youngster set to head out, Jonathan Gómez.
Well, Patrick McMahon is the ultimate professional. Mr. Everything for this LouCity team. Can play right back, left back. He can sit on top of the goalpost. McMahon, he is the ultimate professional, and he's coming in here to try and close things down in the next 5 or so minutes.
LouCity needs defense in the worst way. It's an onslaught right now from Tampa Bay. Here's Wyke. Hard charging Lawrence Wyke. Sending one in again. Lucky comes off it. Seba, little flick. Ekra coming up to join the party. Ball cleared by LouCity.
Again, just no outlet for LouCity right now. The crosses are coming in, and even if they get a deflection, it's falling to the green shirts that are following up. Just really walking a tightrope now, LouCity. And the Rowdies using their natural width with their wing backs to bring the ball into the box.
Wyke's floater. Intended for Harris. Marked tightly. Wild finish here in Tampa Bay. Al Lang Stadium. 2-1. Louisville City leads the Rowdies here in the final moment. Should have considerable extra time to work with as well.
This man has to have an influence now. Lewis Hilton, great ball out.
Harris from the wing. A little bit too much air under it that time. And who got a piece? Will the Rowdies have a corner kick? Yes, they will.
Well, they're on their feet in Al Lang. The crib is rocking. Skyway casuals are yelling. Ralph's mob is shouting. And Lewis Hilton has the responsibility now to put a ball in between the penalty spot and the 6-yard box.
Dos Santos tried to redirect it. Great effort.
Well, he was looking for a call from the referee. Sean Tosh with a handful of Dos Santos' shirt. But need a little bit more than that to have a penalty at this time of the game. Good no call by referee Zapala.
And 4 minutes extra time, 4 minutes left for the Rowdies to try and pull level.
Great ball again by White out to Dion Harris.
See those channels starting to open up for Tampa Bay. Harris. Nice touch by Seba. Lucky M. Kosana. Another corner. That'll be throw in this time. Lawrence White. He'll send this one. Oh, redirected again, right into the gut of Hubbard. Again, standing in the perfect spot. But how about the impact 77 has had?
What a ball in by White. And look at Lucky Kosana. Somehow redirects that and flicks it on.
Well, he is amazing.
Just has that intangible of knowing where to go. And then has the technique in tight spaces.
He's going to work quickly here.
Dion Harris has fresh legs and he seemed to have found his mojo on that right-hand side.
Every possession, every touch, so critical.
But everything has to be perfect now. And if you're LouCity, you want to hold on to this ball and make sure the Rowdies work very hard to get it back. I don't think I said it loud enough because Niall McMahon didn't. Pat McMahon didn't hear me.
Dos Santos redirects again. Hubbard again will kill. He's been taking a little bit of extra time here tonight.
What a great kick that was. Excellent, Mr. Craig. So are the Rowdies going to come back down on this right-hand side, trying to get Dion Harris with a big switch?
Lasso. Seba goes down. White. And now Hilton called for the foul.
Everything has to be perfect. Things are not always perfect on the soccer field. And this is a veteran LouCity team.
Frustrating night for Lewis Hilton. Sean Tosh now. Maybe one possession remains for the Rowdies. Not much more.
Great idea by LouCity going down in the corner and try to run the rest of this clock out. If you're the Rowdies, you're going to have to find a way to get all your green shirts into that corner and get hold of this ball.
It's all come down to this, folks. Rowdies perhaps with one possession remaining in their 2021 season. Dos Santos goes down again. We'll place it down here with precious seconds remaining.
Again going down with cramps, but this is it. Literally the last play of the season for the Rowdies. If they do not score, Lewis Hilton, who else has the responsibility to put this ball in a position where Forrest Lasso, Lucky M. Kosana, Seba Gwenzati can get on the end of it. or Steven Dos Santos.
Evan Lauro a part of it as well. You see the blue jersey in the middle. Here we go. Ball is sent on. Lawrence Wyke. Wyke hits through a crowd. And it heads out. Rowdies will hustle over. Try and get one last corner kick in.
Well, what a shot. And this is going to be the last kick of the game. LouCity just looking for one header out. Rowdies looking for one header in.
Comes in curling. Dayon Harris still alive. Fernandez. Is there one final touch to be had? Aaron Guillen. Lasso elevating.
Yeah!
And Gosana score! Unbelievable!
Do you believe it? The game no longer has a strategy. It is just a mad scramble. A great ball by Guillen. Unlucky of Gosana. No longer you can say Johnny on the spot. Lucky on the spot to tie this thing up at 2. Who else will equalize? Who else will find the second goal? Anyways, Drew Felios.
Uphill battle for the Rowdies all night long. Finally level with LouCity. Extra soccer here in the Eastern Conference Final.
What heart showing up tonight. No Jordan Scarlett, Steven Dos Santos on the bench, Connor Antley unavailable. And they have somehow come back from a 2-0 scoreline, a cruel own goal from Forrest Lasso. And this Rowdies team have clawed their way back.
So keep in mind, 2 15-minute sessions here. And if we do not have a goal after those 30 minutes are played, then we go to penalty kicks.
You know, penalties are fantastic for the viewers, but for the players on the pitch, you want it to be decided in that 30-minute span, in the 120 minutes.
And Gosana. Think he's going to draw a crowd the rest of the way?
Is there another line to be written from Lucky Gosana? He's written 2 pages so far in the history of Rowdy Nation and in the history of this championship of players coming off the bench and impacting the game. Nobody does it like Lucky Gosana.
The legend of Lucky lives on.
That's why he wears 2 sevens on his back row.
Wyke now sending it forward. Dos Santos. Flag will stay down if Steven can get under it. Flying out of bounds. What effort for the veteran since being inserted into the game to start half number 2.
Yeah, didn't expect that ball to skid on like it did as it hit the surface. But they went direct to him as soon as he came on at halftime, and they continue to do so. And this has pushed this Louisville City backline a little bit further. And now the Rowdies are sort of getting back into their comfort zone.
You see Sharpie. Offensively, LouCity has not shown a pulse since halftime. And really not much offense tonight altogether.
But what about the human aspect, Drew? What about momentum? Momentum in sports. Now, you've fought to hold on to a 2-0 lead for the better half of 70 minutes. Now it's gone. And you've done nothing for 60 minutes as a football team, this Louisville team, offensively. And now they have to find their way back, while this Rowdy team are in a frenzy, like sharks in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean.
Also have to think, too, Cam Lancaster, his night is done. There's the shot story, 19-6. So your biggest threat goal scorer on the bench. LouCity now will work it with Jimenez. This is Gonzalez. Lane for him. Wyke able to take it away. Nicely done.
How does he do it, Lawrence Wyke? Played midfield for most of the night, has very little legs left, and goes back to right centre back and makes a crucial stop like that. And Gonzalez, who's had to track all the way back to cover Delgado, then Dion Harris is now just hobbling with cramps. Now it's just a war of attrition, Drew. It's all about what's inside of your chest right now and if your legs can hold up. This man has been fantastic all night. Chris Hubbard done a great job, great positioning, excellent on crosses, and that was on the scouting report. And talk about the men in purple. They're going to be a little bit disappointed with this scoreline.
Seba pressured on that far side. And Gonzalez goes down, maybe cramp it up just a little bit. Gets up slowly.
And you know what was a factor, Drew Felios? The fact that they were attacking the fans' end in the second half. The fans were behind them on that corner kick and the corner kick before, and sort of willed that ball in.
Definitely a huge factor, especially in a game of this magnitude.
Now, the Rowdies are playing with a forward line of Guenzati, Dos Santos, and Lucky and Kusana.
Lasso lets it go. Lucky running free. And Kusana attacking. Shoots it on. Deflected by Hubbard out of bounds. Rowdy's corner coming up.
Well, the back line now, Sean Tosh and company are second-guessing themselves. And Lucky and Kusana has the room of Alan. Another long touch, and Hubbard gets a foot to it. But you cannot leave that man that much room. He has 2 goals under his belt in 20 minutes. And guess who's coming across to kick another corner kick? And they've gotten their 2 goals from a corner kick on this very end of the field.
Dos Santos trying to get position there. Ekra will chase it down. Jan Ekra has been a motor here tonight.
This is when the Rowdies have to make that big switch. Aaron Gale knows exactly what to do. And Lewis Hilton on that far side, but Dion Harris doesn't see him.
Send it forward. And Kusana looked like he was dragged down. Official right there again.
Well, we're going to have VAR in this league eventually, but not tonight. And look at Sohei, yeah, goes down, but Lucky sort of threw himself a little too, made the most of it. I think if he went down in a natural fashion, we have had more of a case.
Hilton now the in-swinger.
Can the Rowdies stay onside here? Lewis Hilton.
No chip. Lasso. Lucky! Lucky! Did it cross the line? We play on. Ball did not cross the line. Dos Santos and Harris.
Boy, do we need a replay on that. That looked really, really close. And it was with that man Lucky again.
Harris. Take a deep breath.
Greg doing the right thing. And it looks like Aaron Guillen is going to go into the referee's book.
I think that's a good foul, though.
Do we get a chance to see that again? That was unbelievably close to crossing that line. Aaron Guillen getting a yellow card there. Here it was. Lucky and Kusana, the header. And we can't tell. I mean, it looks like it was a goal. The crowd is trying to show the referee the screen that the ball crossed the line.
Oh, man. Here's one more look. When McMahon touches, look, that left foot is on the line. The right foot was at least a yard in front of the left. That is a goal.
And that's the linesman's call to make that call. The referee looks to him. But wow, what a game we have.
Lasso there to swallow it up.
And Louisville now, looks like that one came off of, or did it go out of play beforehand?
And how about Zach Steinberger? He knows what it's like to have some success against LouCity. Remember what he did last season, scoring that first goal for the Rowdies. Jan Ekra needs a break.
What a shift Jan Ekra has put in, and Zach Steinberger knows it. And Zach Steinberger, remember, had his say in Rowdy history last season, scoring that first goal in the Eastern Conference Final just this time last year in Lynn Family Stadium. Comes on to see if he can impact the game again.
So Steinberger, like Emko Sana, not much playing time this year, but still guys that Neil Collins trusts.
They have it between the ears. They have that know-how. This stage of the hockey, this stage of the game, you trust certain players at certain times.
Yellow cards being handed out like coupons for free pizza.
Is that what we used to get the pizza tonight? Look at Harris now. Look at the turn. He opens his face and he opens his body up and lets the ball run through and takes the defender out of the play. And it was Oscar Jimenez accepting the yellow card from the referee. Forrest Lasso. Heads up play by LouCity. Excellent communication by the back line. But LouCity, for the large part of the last 35 minutes, has been like a boxer on the ropes, just taking shots. And now they're going to have a hard time coming out of their corner to get anything going.
For all these athletes playing this beautiful game, this is what you play for. This is what you practice for. Moments like this. Danny Cruz, first year as the head coach of LouCity, got his opportunity. Now trying to get his team to the final. Dayon Harris working quickly. Emko Sana will have it tapped away, and the Rowdies will throw it in.
Got the experience. Sean Tush, not Sean Tush rather. Where's Sharpie, the local boy from Tarpon Springs, Florida, comes across and makes a crucial tackle.
Here it comes from White. Score! Steven Dos Santos! Rowdies lead for the first time.
They never gave up. 2-0 down. They find a way to tie this thing up. And LouCity are caught in their shell again. Eventually, Steven Dos Santos is going to get on the end of one. And he tucks it away to give the Rowdies a 3-2 lead. Lawrence White with the cross in the 6-yard box. No chance for Sean Tush. No chance for Sohei. Steven Dos Santos, too big, too strong, too good. Up and over, and it's 3-2.
Don't wake us up. The dream season continues.
Look at the cross by White. It bends and it teases everyone. And out of the shadows comes Dos Santos. He's in tears. He's been crying since the second half, since the extra time started, with emotion. And boy, he has now put the Tampa Bay Rowdies with a foothold in the final of the USL Championship.
We've seen a lot of Rowdies dominating performances this season, but what happens when you're not quite on your game, when the whole team is not intact? when things aren't working like they were planned to work? What happens? How do you respond? This Rowdies team has showed tonight, in the face of adversity, they can still get the job done. Unbelievable.
If you were a betting man and you looked at this Rowdy lineup against this experienced LouCity team, up 2-0, mind you, you'd have put all your money on purple.
Still plenty of soccer to play, though, as Hopino in now for the visiting side. Crowd is electric here at Al Lang.
And Al Lang Stadium is chanting, "Let's go Rowdies." You can't hear yourself out here. The ground is shaking.
Every fan who is in this stadium is going to remember this night forever.
16 minutes remaining in this game. 1 minute left of the first half of extra time. And now the tables have turned. Now LouCity have to go after it now. But they're so far in a hole. They're so close to the ropes. It's going to be hard for them to come out of it.
And it's still Santos in the crossfire again. Gonzati voicing his displeasures over there. Gibson defending. Tyler Gibson. Remember, this is a very defensive lineup for LouCity. (3-2) is our score. Rowdies leading for the first time. Only took about 104 minutes to do that. And we got Aaron Guillen over there. It's cranking up just a little bit.
That's the problem now, Drew. Both teams, even if you want to play on, your bodies is going to start giving out. And that's a part of the sport that people have to understand.
Antoine Hopino, the former Rowdy, did check in, as I stated. Gonzalez headed out for LouCity. And a minute extra time here, this first session.
This is going to be the last kick. Let's see if the referee plays it. Yes, he does.
It's a wild environment here in downtown St. Pete. And Incosana at that time called for the foul. Ball driven in. LouCity's got to really think offense here at this point. Lasso will clear it.
And the referee looks at his watch and blows off the first half of extra time. No yellow cards for players on Louisville City. Their players have been subbed out. For the Rowdies, Steven Dos Santos, Lawrence Wyke and Aaron Guillen are walking the tightrope as the fatigue sets in, and they have to do some desperate defending. They are on yellow cards, and don't forget, if it holds, a chance to play in the USL Championship final. If you get a red card, you will not be allowed to play in that final. Dos Santos, Wyke and Guillen for the Rowdies. No one for LouCity. Now, let's see if LouCity can find some rhythm going here. Matsoso.
Tyler Gibson still with relatively fresh legs. Tosh been in there from the start. LouCity trying to establish some kind of possession. It's been basically non-existent since the first half. Tyler Gibson. Dayon Harris. The Rowdies ever needed the youngsters right now. Harris, lots of life he brings to the pitch. Shot taken just past that far post. That would have basically put this game to bed.
Well, you're seeing Dayon Harris in open space and how lethal he is, taking players on, turning them around, and then excellent technique on the shot. This is his time of the night. With any sort of space on that right-hand side, he's going to make the purple shirts work. Great ball to Greg.
There's Lasso. There to disrupt as Kyle Gregg tried to turn it around. Lasso, remember, the own goal at the beginning of the game made it 2-0 in favor of LouCity, but still he has played so hard here tonight.
Yep, he's recovered, mentally after that huge letdown. But he still has to deal with the likes of Wes Sharpie and Sean Tosh on this corner kick. And a brilliant service by Niall McCabe. The Irishman can strike it with the best of them.
McCabe lets it go. Laurel right there for Tampa Bay. Don't think I've ever been a part of a game with so much emotion, raw emotion.
And the fans just demand it, Drew. You could just hear the fans coming through the walls. And they just will this team in green and yellow on. And Aaron Guillen, we talk about making the all USL championship team. And Coach Collins, he threw everything at this game off the bench. And somehow Lucky and Kosana and company delivered.
This is now McCabe. Comes near side here, Tyler Gibson. Gibson lets it go. Dangerous ball here. Rowdies on top of it, though they swung quickly. And then here is Guillen hobbling over to clear it, and crowd appreciates 33's effort.
Well, fatigue is everywhere now, and credit to LouCity. They're now going direct to Greg in number 21, Kyle Gregg. Just like they did, the Rowdies did with Dos Santos, trying to take the midfield out of it, because they've brought all the defensive players on LouCity. Pat McMahon is almost playing like a right winger. Here he is. He's very defensive.
Steinberger right there marking him tightly. Ball goes out. Goal kick coming up. You see some Rowdies. Lewis Hilton goes to the deck. He's got to stretch out. And the cramps are starting to come.
Yeah, bodies are dropping now. Yep, he's still down. Here comes some water.
Lasso says, don't stop, we need you.
And the crowd responds. Doesn't take a lot now for this crowd to get going.
Came to Tampa Bay to win a championship. Those hopes still alive.
Fantastic game plan by Danny Cruz to put this Rowdies team in a stranglehold in the first half. Great adjustment by Coach Collins, bringing Dos Santos on, going direct and pushing this back line back, allowing Leo Fernandez and Dalgar to get into the game. And now Lucky and Kosana delivering at the end to tie this thing up.
For the Rowdies, still have Jordan Adebayo-Smith. And you also still have Max Lakowecki in case you're considering some options. Ball batted around. Chance coming up here. McCabe. Hilton. Shot taken. Laurel. May have gotten a piece.
And Antoine Hopeno's in the mix there with some 1-2s. Drops to him. And Jimenez, who has both feet. It's an excellent shot, and somehow it goes over bar. Now, if you're Evan Lauro, you want to pick a side, and maybe Leo Fernandez's side, and go long to the wings. Have Steven Dos Santos and Seba Guenzati overload on one side, and yep, here they go.
Fernandez goes down. Matsoso, that time with the nudge.
Matsoso, fresh pair of legs. Leo Fernandez taking his time to get up gingerly. We talked about the war of attrition. Who has the legs left? But the Rowdies had to go all uphill in the last 60 minutes to get this game to where it is right now. They've exhumed more energy than LouCity.
A few words from Matsoso and Guillen. Sana again in the zip code. Hubbard knows he's there.
Again, Hubbard fantastic tonight on the cross balls. Scouting report had him as not so good on the crosses, but he's proved everyone wrong tonight.
Tampa Bay will have possession here.
Antoine Hopeno looks down at Al Lang, and these guys are going to remind him that Al Lang is still the place to be.
Fernandez gonna have some real estate to work with. Leo Fernandez, the Samba man attacking. Oh, just wide. Hubbard got a fingertip on it to redirect.
Well, the Samba man with a little bit of room and one-on-one. You know those knees are gonna be shaking. Here he is, dips his body, and look at the technique, and look at a save by Hubbard. Could be man of the match before tonight is done with that save. Look at that, a sure goal. And they're on their feet again in Al Lang. Lewis Hilton, does he even have the legs to take this cross? We see Forrest Lasso, he's going up for the corner. Not advisable, but he is. Aaron Guillen, no Louisville City players other than Hopeno in between three Rowdies, Deon Harris, Wyke, and Guillen.
Ball just kind of dies. Steinberger trying to hustle over.
Great touch by Steinberger.
Zach now tries to set it in. And it's going to be Rowdies' ball now on the corner kick.
I love the fact that the Rowdies, even though they're up a goal, are still moving forward, putting pressure on Louisville. Don't go into a shell like what Louisville did when they were defending that 2-goal lead. The most dangerous scoreline in soccer, 2-0. Remember that.
Lewis Hilton gimps over to deliver this corner. There's going to be some sore bodies tomorrow for the Rowdies, but you're going to have an entire week to prepare for the championship if Tampa Bay can get there.
He's going to have the wind at his back. He can put this ball where he wants. Great headed out by Sean Tush.
Wyke will cut it down.
Remember, Lawrence Wyke on a yellow card.
Here he comes. Full speed ahead. Epko Sana will track it down. Fernandez. Quick hitter there. And it was deflected. Patrick McMahon again. Tell you what, the Rowdies doing a good job here. A little bit of a lull offensively. That went off the face of McMahon.
So, Drew Felliers, our incredible producers and director, has just informed us Rowdies 24 shots in this game. Since Lucky Mkosana and Steven Dos Santos have come on, 12 shots between two of them. They have taken half the shots in half the time.
End over end that time. So LouCity. How about Chris Hubbard tonight? Came in with 44 saves, 3 straight clean sheets, but
that save. I mean, true, that was as good as a goal. That save against Leo Fernandez.
Yeah, he's been brilliant. Gibson. The finish line is near. Rowdies defensively trying to hold. Take it away. Guenzati. Dos Santos will let it go here.
Well, again, just 2 players back. Dos Santos looking for that ball over the top to break free. But poor delivery by Guenzati. Can't blame him. He's as fatigued as he can be.
Second and final session coming to a close here. Hopino, the former Rowdy, gets the cross in. This is set up. Oh, Lauro! Unbelievable save.
Well, he says it's my time, Evan Lauro. And boy, did he show up. The ball laid back right into Jimenez's path. And look at the save by Evan Lauro. It was straight to him, but boy, it needed a reaction, and he gave us that reaction.
Now Jimenez sets up another one-timer. This one's going to sail on Hopino.
Well, the crowd are now on their feet. They can feel it in our land. It is less than 60 seconds, 120 seconds remaining. The players know it, and Evan Lauro is going to manage this time as long as he could. It's going to take referee Zapala to manage this as well. The whistle blows.
Over the top now to Dos Santos.
And there's so much room to play with for Dos Santos that one of those passes that are on have the right pace on it. He's in on goal. Now everything has to be perfect for LouCity, and that's when soccer becomes really difficult because it never really is perfect.
Well, we are going to have 2 minutes of extra time to give us a preview here. So about 3 minutes total remains between the Rowdies and a berth in the USL Championship Final. Crowd is on their feet at Al Lang Stadium.
Tackled by Lewis Hilton. Just hobbling. The number 4 can barely get back into position.
Clock cannot move fast enough. And we're going to have a ball here. It's going to be corner. No, it's going to be a goal kick here for Lauro.
This may very well be the last kick of the game. 10 seconds to go. Don't think there's been any injury time in extra time. So they're going to attack on another 120 seconds here.
2 minutes extra time right there. 2 minutes. And immediately following the game, we will have a trophy presentation afterwards. So all our viewers out there watching from all over the world, stay tuned. Immediately following post-game show here on ESPN Plus. Rowdy's crew will bring it to you. Looked like it was held up that time. Sable wanted the foul. Looked like he was entitled to it.
Is there another piece of drama left?
Hilton watches it go by. He is hobbling out there right now. Tyler Gibson looking for an opening.
Good job by LouCity for being patient.
Lucky comes up to press. He can play a little defense as well.
He can do no wrong.
Wyke, he gets caught up. And a foul. Lawrence Wyke is shaken up. holding that right leg. He was in some pain.
Well, Lawrence White has put everything out there on the field tonight. Did not have the best of games. And it's going to be shin on cleats. And that's going to leave a mark in the morning. Now, if Evan Lauro can kick this into Tampa Bay, he would. He's going to aim for that corner flag. There he goes. And Guenzati's in. And that's it.
The Tampa Bay Rowdies are going to the USL.